You are listening to I Am Refocused podcast with your host, Shemaya Reed. This podcast is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. Now, let's tune into today's podcast.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is I Am Refocused podcast. We are here at Rockefeller's Barbershop. Shout out to Rico Rodriguez, the owner, killing it in San Antonio. Man, we are here once again on the Thursday with B Michele, the brand coach. So make sure you take some notes today. What's up, B Michele?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Before we get into today's topic, man, tell the audience a little bit about your business.
So I am a brand coach. That means I help you develop your brand, grow your brand, decide what your brand is, what you help you make it to what you want it to be. And I do that by helping you through event planning, planning different events to get you get in front of your target audience, as well as printing graphics. So also making sure that your brand message matches outwardly as well as inwardly, and also through coaching and consulting. So that's where the inward part takes place, really developing who you are as a company and as a personal brand as well, and coming up with ideas to also help you market, your business also. So all of that. All of that.
No, because leading to today's topic, man, we're talking about, I wrote my notes, so don't be worried.
Okay.
Get ready and stay ready.
Yes, get ready and stay ready.
I almost thought you were going to go with TD Jakes for us today. Get ready.
I know, right? I feel like it. Sometimes you have to, so it's funny that the topic came up through conversation with working with the BCA, which is the Black Contractors Association here in San Antonio. And just one of the things that talking about as far as businesses being able to participate in the contract realm and world and get government contracts, city contracts, and things of that nature, like you have to be ready. Yeah. You have to have taken time to lay the foundation for your business and do all the things that you need to do, so that way when the contracts come your way, making sure you have insurance. That, even with bonding is important in the contract world. But just honestly, from even a base of taking time to really put your foundation together and you grow, and we talk a lot about that. I know it's like a running theme, but it's like you really, like in all seriousness, it's really important that you take time to really get yourself ready and in position. I mean, if you think about it, like, and we always use sports analogies. So it's like you have to, especially when track, we'll just take track, for example. When you setting up in the blocks, you got to position yourself. Yeah. So that way, when it's time to start, you got a good start. That's why it's ready, set, go.
There you go.
Yeah. Get ready, set, and go. And you have to think about your business from that. It's a ready, set, go concept, even business-wise. And that's how you have to approach your business, as a ready, set, go. Get ready, get it ready, get all your things you need to get together, whatever licenses you need, whatever insurance you need, what other people on your team, if you need, other people to kind of make the dream work. So that ready, set, go concept is really real. And I think that a lot of people really miss that part, honestly.
And two, the whole point of not just get ready, but staying ready for what can come your way. Because in business, it's ups and downs. There's no
right.
Once you make it, you just see money fall from trees all the time. I would love that, by the way.
I know, right?
But
Definitely wouldn't we all?
But you have to hustle. That's the whole thing about business. You have to hustle.
But here's the thing about it. You wouldn't have to hustle as hard if you took time to do the stuff in the beginning. Like, the time that you spend hustling, the time that you spend really growing it wouldn't be a difficult task, or you wouldn't feel like you have to jump through so many hoops if you just took the time to really put yourself in a good position. And that means knowing, number one, who you are as a business, what are you offering, where do you want to be, having goals outlined, your objectives clear, and putting all those things in place. And especially if this is somewhere that if you have a goal to, let's say, then you should know what it's going to take. Yeah. You got to put the steps in place and know what it's going to take to be able to get there. And that's that whole getting ready and making sure that you spend time building the relationships that you probably need.
Yeah, going back to the sports analogy, any team, any sport, they wear a jersey. Mm-hmm. And that jersey on the front shows who you represent.
Right.
So if it's Spurs or Lakers or Dallas Cowboys or the Patriots.
Right.
What some players have is a last name. Mm-hmm. So people get to identify who you are when you're on the team. Well, in business, you represent your brand.
Right.
And if you're not representing your brand, you're not just not ready. It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Just put on a T-shirt.
Right. No, you're right, because here's the thing, I think that, and this is where it's important for us to have in our circle, being part of networks, be part of organizations that's willing to also help you get ready. Mm-hmm. But it also is your responsibility as well to take advantage of the classes, the workshops, those opportunities to be able to speak to people and be in a place to where you can put yourself in position.
Mm-hmm. Reading books too.
Yeah, reading. Yeah. Like I say, you have to want it, and because there's knowledge out there. Mm-hmm. There's information out there. There are organizations out there that do want to help you grow and succeed. And then just also making sure that you have a good circle of people that's encouraging that behavior, because that's super important as well. So I think that it's like that ready, set, go. You have to always mindset. Even if you're starting something, like you pretty much got this part of your business together and then you want to maybe to something else, take the time. If you want to add something to your business, add a service, add a product, to grow, take time to develop it. Take time to get it ready. Don't just go out here just launching stuff.
Can you imagine if you had a luxury car and that they just kind of slap together? Right. And say, hopefully it doesn't fall apart when you drive.
I know, right?
That's not good. That's not a good look for anybody.
Especially all the money that you spend.
Right. And that's the whole point. See, I like that segue, man. We're like on it today. Yeah. That's a perfect segue to think about the consumer. The potential consumer that comes to your establishment or goes to your website or goes to your Facebook page or whatever. Imagine being in their shoes. Mm-hmm. You will want whatever you invest in to be of quality. And how you have quality? Preparation. Preparation. Because without preparation, you're going to lack something.
No, and you're right. And you are. And this is why I think that whatever your business model is, or, if you're not sure what it is, definitely you should be doing some research to figure out what business model you want to take, so that way you can develop your brand accordingly, and so that way it all falls into place. But a lot of it, preparation really, so you can go.
There you go.
It's really focusing on the ready, set to be able to go and to be able. So it's almost like you can't expect opportunities to come to you when you haven't prepared for them. And then sometimes, so here's the other side of that coin as well. When an opportunity does come your way and you can't take it and you can't receive it because you're not ready, because you're missing some component that they need you to have, whether it be insurance, whether it be a license, whether it be, especially if it's something that you probably should have anyway for your industry. Yeah. So you miss out on opportunities by not being ready, or by not doing the things that you need to do, like filing your taxes.
Mm. It's that time of the year again. Don't start crying.
But but honestly, I think even as a business owner, filing your taxes are important, especially if you really want to grow your business, because there may come a time where you may need to get a loan. Mm-hmm. You may want an investor. You may want to bring on a partner. People want to see what you've done in the past. They want to see past performance. Yeah. You can't go anywhere and ask someone for their money or their time to invest in a business and you don't have proper documentation. That's part of that ready set.
It's like a report card.
Right.
You need to find out where you've been so you know where you're going.
Right. That's totally part.
Because you just repeat that.
Yeah.
Haven't done nothing, so I'm do the same thing.
Like, honestly, I think the last time that I was here, we were talking about the whole cash only. This kind of falls into that because, like, if you really, like, you have to have immaculate bookkeeping if you're a cash only business. Like, it has to be immaculate.
Yeah.
In order for growth.
Can't have no imaginary dollars.
Right. So it's okay. If you just want to stay where you are and do what you always been doing, then hey, don't worry about it. So it's like I told you, I think last time I was here, I feel like I have to preface everything with number one. These dimes, this knowledge that we dropping is for serious people.
Oh yeah. If you take your you take your brand seriously, then you will really focus on where am I really at.
Right.
Because if you're not honest with yourself, you're just kind of all over the place.
Right. And the other thing we talked about last time I was here as well is about intent and being intentional. Getting ready, putting yourself, you have to be intentional about preparing yourself to receive everything that you want. And sometimes, like, let's just be honest, there's times where God may really put something in front of you just to see if you're going to work. Or make whatever adjustments and changes.
Or get off that couch.
Right, or put something in front of you to say, hey, it is possible, but you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we do pray and then we ask for stuff that we're not ready for, and he give it to us.
Yeah, we hoping it's a drive-through. Can you just pass me the drink and fries?
So, we ask for certain things, and we ask for, growth, and we ask for prosperity in our life and in our business, and sometimes we're specific about those things, but we really are not ready for them because we didn't really take the time to prepare. And I do believe that sometimes God will show you what you could have and where you could be if you really took the time to do the necessary things. So I think for all of my small business owners, if you take nothing else, if you take nothing away from this, it's really about preparation, like really ready, set. Like, really get yourself in a position to really, put your business out there in the most professional and bomb way possible. Like, honestly, and that means internally and externally. So really figure out who you are as a brand. Like, I had a client come in the office yesterday. He's a tax professional. And so I talked to him. I was like, take time to develop your story. Who are you as an entrepreneur, and what do you want your business to represent? So take time to develop your story. So that way, when you meet people, it's automatic. Oh. Like, you can introduce yourself and you can tell your story without any straight through, no hiccups.
You have to keep working until you don't have to introduce yourself. People will see you down the street and be like, oh, snap, that's P. Diddy.
Or you walking through Papados and somebody holler, B Michele.
There you go. No, that's true. And coming close to the break, but wrapping up this part of the show, when you really take that choice to really take action, because it's one thing we're going to keep saying all year. Right. You can think happy thoughts, you can dream big, that's no problem. Right. But there's some people who watch highlights on ESPN, and there's people who actually put in the work to make the highlights.
See? You're right.
I like that.
I like that one. I like that one. No, like, you got to be honestly, you have to put in the work to make it happen, period. Whatever it is that you want your business and your brand to be, you sit down and you prepare and you get ready and you put it in place and you go out there and you execute. The worst thing you can do is put an awesome plan together and don't execute.
It's like a coach having the best play and he don't call it.
Right. or he bench him.
That's terrible. But we do that all the time, though, as entrepreneurs.
We do.
We put our best stuff in storage.
Yep.
Because, number one, we either second-guessing ourselves and we're doubting our ability to do stuff.
Right.
Or we are just lazy.
Yeah, and entrepreneurship. So, lazy and entrepreneur don't go together.
Nah.
Like, that's like water and oil.
That's like putting something on the stove without no heat.
Because there's no way you can be you can't be lazy and be an entrepreneur. It just don't work out like that. At all. So I think, you know...
You'd still be on SoundCloud if that was the case.
Right. Right. So, because honestly, I think at this point is that you have to... It's like you have to create that roadmap. And so once you lay out the plan and you really know and you have a vision and you really know where you're going and where you want to be, then it's execute. It's really take the proper steps to be wherever you need to be, purchase whatever you need to purchase, meet whoever you need to meet, so that way you can just start checking off boxes. Like, honestly.
I want our listeners to have an exercise, homework.
I know they have homework.
Because this is going to be very elementary, but don't knock it. When you're done listening to this podcast episode, you're probably going to be hungry. Or you're probably going to be sleeping. But either way, you're making a choice. Right. So this is what I'm going to use with that analogy. If you choose that you're going to have this kind of food today, that's your choice. But you have to do it. Yep. Because until you do it, you ain't going to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Same thing with your brand. If you say, okay, in 2 years, I want it to be on this level. Right. If you don't say it and you don't, like you said, plan out steps to reach you eventually to that goal, you're never going to do it. No, and you're not. And you're always going to be frustrated. Right. And here's the thing, like, you don't even have to be, because their help is there. You just have to seek out the help. There are, like I said, besides, obviously, people that do what I do. You need Coach B. That's right. Get this B Michele brand in your life. But there's people that do what I do, but there's also organizations. Like I said, the resources are out there. You just have to have the mindset of wanting to win and to put yourself in a position to do that. And, like, honestly, it's more so of a mindset thing than anything. But you can't continue to do the same things you've been doing. Boom. Like, honestly. So it's like you can no longer run a janky business, but yet you want to have a 6-figure, 7-figure. I mean, like, in multiple locations and all this other stuff. You're going to have 6 figures to figure out. Like, you're going to have 6 things on your list that you need to get fixed. I know. That's the only figure you're going to have. Right. So it's like, honestly, I think, and like I said, we always just preface this with, like, you know, being intentional. And this is why I said 2019 was the year of intent. Mm-hmm. And so it's important that everything that you do in your personal life, your personal brand, your business, is with intent. And, like, intent for you to accomplish the goals you set, intent for you to put yourself in position to grow personally, to grow business-wise. Like, you have to be you have to really be that focused. There's the small details that make the big masterpiece picture. So whatever you picture your business to be, it's going to take those sacrifices every day, small details. Even if it's just going back to what we said earlier in the year. If it's just breaking some bad habits and starting some new, fresh ones, get up earlier. Yep. You know, do 5 push-ups, you know? And by next week, you can do 10. Right. No, you're right. You have to start somewhere. Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's like, honestly, just start. Just start. I know. You know? That's going to be our new thing. Just start. Yeah, t-shirt. I know, right? Just start. Like, get started doing. Because I think it's almost like, it's more so like with anything, honestly, that you want to do in your life. Once you really set your mind to it. Now, that's why I feel like mindset is key. Because once you really get it in your mind that this is what you want to do and where you want to go, like, you'll make it happen. And there'll be nothing anybody can say to you. That's good, because what happens is this. When we get frustrated, I bet you money. And all the money I have in my bank account, it ain't $1 million, but I'm just saying, all the money I got in my bank account, I'll put on this right here. Most of the times when we are frustrated, it happens when we take our eyes off the goal and we see someone else who's killing it. Let's just be real.
No, you're right.
Because if no one around you is killing it and you the one killing it, then you ain't frustrated.
Right, but this is why. But also, this is why you have to be secure in your journey and know that and know where you're going and what you want to do. You may not necessarily know exactly where you're going, but you have a plan to be better, to make progress, and where because the journey is the journey. Yeah. And sometimes we end up places we didn't think we were going to be.
It's not a journey if you're not walking.
Or running.
If you ain't moving, you're doing something wrong.
Look, you just got, like, we just start. And if that means crawling, then walking, then running.
Just roll over.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you can just roll over. That's like, I don't know if that's going to work, but you definitely just got to start. I think I might have to get that T-shirt made for real. Just start.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah, we got to get those. We got to get those shirts.
You got to
made.
do that, man.
I know. I'll get them made so that way when I'm here next.
Have people wear it to the mixer.
Right, just
like
start.
You shy, just start. Man.
Just start.
Whatever your excuses, just start.
No, really, that's
it's like they keep giving you excuses. Like I can't pay you. Just start. Start writing that shit.
Start. Right. Just start. Start pressing them buttons on PayPal. Just log in. Click, click that pay invoice now.
Right, just start drinking some water. Just start eating some apples.
I know, right? So yeah. So no, definitely I think that's the get ready, stay ready. It's super important for.
But when you really think about this, though, what you're saying, if you look at all the biggest brands out there in the whole world, somebody got ready and someone started.
Right.
I mean, you look at, no sponsors or anything like that, but if you look at Nike and you look at Apple and you look at the league of NFL and the NBA and all these great company brands and organizations, someone started, but someone really, really got ready. Like they had set in motion what they were going to do.
Right. Here's the thing. You just have to have a plan. Like, make a plan. And there's nothing wrong with making a plan. It's like when you get a business plan. Your business plan is pretty much like the roadmap to the growth of your business. And that's part of getting ready. Maybe just sit down and actually make an outline and make a plan. Like take the time out to sit down and figure out where are you on the spectrum? Where do you want this to go? The whole nine. So even from just that point, just making a plan and figuring out what do you have to do and what key pieces need to be filled in for the plan for you to execute the plan. Honestly, I think it's really just that simple as making a plan. Because if you know that there's things wrong in your business, the plan should be to fix them.
Oh yeah, because
honestly,
all right, it's almost like a check engine light. If you keep just driving,
I know, right?
Like, this alright, it's just a light, It's just a light, man. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
And it's gonna turn into something else. Like what happened to me.
It's like, all right. All jokes aside, though, okay, that was pretty funny. All jokes aside, give someone some action steps. Like, let's give people a homework assignment.
No, the homework assignment is for you to really find two pain points in your business, or in your brand. However, just find two things that you need to work on, and really sit down and write a plan. Make a plan of action, so you can. That's set. Ready, set, so you can go. Like, honestly, so get some pen and paper, sit at your laptop, whatever. But look at least two things in your business that needs to be fixed. If it's getting an LLC, figure out, hey, where do I go get it at? When can I have it by? How much does it cost? Get all the information. All right, set a deadline. Hey, we're going to do this. If it's getting a business plan, if it's increasing your marketing, whatever it is that you need to fix in your business, just pick two things and just make a plan.
If you're screaming saying I need clients, if you're waving the white flag saying I need some clients, do this. I want 2 categories. what I like about my business, what I don't like about my business. Write down what's working and write down what is crap.
Right.
Because if you find out what is really crap in your business that you can't stand, that makes you mad, makes you frustrated, there's a solution in there.
There is.
You're just distracted by the effect of it.
Yeah, and this is one of the things where you may have to have some me time and like really block out everything and sit down and focus and put this plan together. And it may not go like step by step. You may have some hiccups, some hurdles along the way, but you just readjust and you keep it moving.
It's like GPS. It takes you somewhere into traffic jam.
You might need to reroute.
Boom. Man, I'm telling you, we on it today, man. It's like we drunk the same coffee or something.
I know. If only I drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee either.
Oh.
Yeah, I drink water.
No, you got to reroute.
But that is very important for businesses outside. Because I'm going to just be real. Can we vent?
Go ahead. I'm here for it.
I'm going to have my little coffee imaginary mug. I feel like the only reason why entrepreneurs are really frustrated, kind of tagging what I was saying earlier, is because we always focus on the highlights of people who have been on chapter 300 and we're still on chapter 3.
Yeah, but you're right. But if you keep worrying about what somebody else doing, you're never going to get to where you need to be.
Exactly.
So honestly, like, I have so much stuff to do. I really do not even have time to worry about what anybody else have going on in their business. I don't.
Imagine
to the point to let it hinder me from doing what I need to do.
Imagine Snoop Dogg was just listening to J. Cole and he wasn't in the studio.
Right.
That would be terrible, man.
It would be. We'd have missed out on some good songs. There'll be no gin and juice.
That's your business, not really gin and juice, but your business in the analogy I was trying to paint there is you can't create your masterpiece, tagging on what you said, if you're only focused on the person that's killing it. They're killing it because they're focused on what they need to do.
Right. And that's what it all, I mean, honestly, and that's that ready, set, and even set with your mindset. Preparing your mind positioning your mind to be ready, as well as getting the different things in your business together and ready. So you can go. So when opportunities come to you, when it's time for you to get that office, when it's time, when that top client come through, that whatever, you're ready and you can execute. There's nothing worse than not being able to execute and take advantage of opportunities because you don't have this or you don't have that. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, really, stop it. Because there's no reason why you should still be out here halfway doing business or for your business to be on life support or your brand to be on life support.
Yeah, some of us need that oxygen mask.
Right.
It's getting thin. It's hard to breathe in here.
So, hey, you might. But but honestly, there's just no reason. Trust me, there's nothing, this journey of entrepreneurship is not easy, perfect. It's a roller coaster ride like none other.
Sometimes you got to build a roller coaster.
Right. And some people create that rocky road because they didn't do
maintenance,
and they didn't really take time to ready set.
Yeah, they just went. They just
was on go. They was just on, I'm out the gate. They didn't even wait for the gun to go off. They just got.
They made their own rules. Oh man, that's a whole different show, man.
I know, right? That is.
It's crazy. Every time you come here, I blink my eyes 3 times, and it's like already 30 minutes.
I know, right?
So I know you got some places to go. So forward.
What we looking like?
Man, we looking like you gotta get ready, right? Oh, you got time? You still got time?
I don't know what time it is.
Oh, it's 10:19.
10:19. Okay, I got.
You still got time?
Yeah, I got
10 more minutes.
Yeah, I got 10 more minutes.
Cool, because I'm gonna make sure you get to your next gig.
I got at least 15 minutes. It's 10:19.
Because
I got like 15 minutes.
I want you getting those speeding
20
tickets.
Minutes. I know, right? I know.
Because you really gonna go hit that gas.
Of course I am. You know that.
But continuing the whole ready, set, go, we gave people a homework assignment. Now, say there's a business out there They have their brand, they have their LLC, they have everything in place. Maybe it's the fact that they have hit the ceiling. And they're trying to break through the ceiling and go the next level with their business. What is the starting point for them to prepare their business to go to the next level?
Well, first of all, they have to really, honestly take time to figure out what is the next level.
That's good.
Like, honestly, what is the next level? And once they really take time to figure that out, then it's really the same thing. Then you pretty much build a plan to make sure you have the people, the resources, and the time to get you there. Yeah. So it works the same way. It's like everything is about stages and about a plan.
That's good.
And knowing and increasing your knowledge. So you should have learned a few things along the way. You should have, after you done stepped in some potholes, you should now know kind of what potholes not to step into.
You see it coming too.
Right. So you definitely should see some of this.
Hitting the gas harder.
Yeah. Don't just keep going over. Don't just keep running over speed bumps and potholes unnecessary. Like, you should see these things coming. Yeah. It's like you got to bob and weave. Come on. You got to bob and weave.
You went to boxing?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Rico can give you some boxing lessons.
Right, you got to bob and weave. Because if you really want to, honestly, if you really want to take your business,
protect yourself.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've experienced growth, you kind of know what it looked like, so you know the proper things to do. Now, mind you, there's no surefire way to any of this. There really isn't, but there are some things that you can definitely do to ensure that you do get there. Like making sure, number one, that you do good business, that you continue to do good business, that you have the right people in place to help you really take your business to another level, because at some point it's beyond you. Like, I feel like even for me, like, I've built the foundation, but now it's time to definitely bring other people into the fold and let them work in their gift for it all to work. And this is one of the things where you, as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to find good people and let people work in their gift for the betterment of the whole situation.
Breathing room.
Yeah. So you can't micromanage the situation. Like, you can't micromanage it. So it has to be, just finding good people that see your vision, that believe in your vision is super important. Yeah,
empower them to go to the next level.
Right. And so that's really what's key on that next level is that it's beyond you. It has really nothing to do with you.
Oh, that's good.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It really has nothing to do with you per se. After you've been in business for a certain amount of time, it's more so it's a team effort and a collective, depending on the industry that you're in. But honestly, it don't even really matter what industry you're in. You still, depending on what the next level is for you, it's going to take a team. It's going to take people to help you get there. Because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out.
Yeah.
And you're done.
It's like Magic Johnson trying to get on the court and win the whole game.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Just be like, he's just the only person.
You mean Young Magic?
Man, I'm talking about the Asian Magic Johnson.
Well,
because he has power right now.
He does.
And my point with that is,
he does.
He has a great position right now to influence great talent.
He does.
And if you try to be the one that I'm the one man show, like I'm the guard, center, power forward.
Yeah.
I'm setting my own screens.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the knowledge and wisdom that comes along with entrepreneurship, that at some point that is beyond you. And that everybody needs to play their position. But as the leader, because I'm not going to say boss, as the leader, because we're way past being a boss. As the leader, that's good leadership. is that you allow people to work in their gift. You brought them into the fold for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you didn't think that they could do or bring anything to the table to help your vision get to where, lay it out and be what it needs to be, then why'd you bring them to the table?
I mean, it's like, all right, we talking about brands, major brands. If you study like all the fast food joints, all the 5-star restaurants, all the 5-star luxury hotels, imagine if their team didn't show up every day.
They wouldn't be 5-star.
Exactly.
They wouldn't be 5-star.
Exactly.
No, you totally got to show up. Showing up is like 90%. It's like 90%.
It's the main thing. It's the main ingredient.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Showing up, that's part of that. That's part of that. Get ready. That ready, set.
Yeah.
Showing up. So after you make the plan and executing, that executing is that show up. You totally got to show up in every area of the journey. You got to show up. Because if you don't show up, then there's nothing happening.
Man.
But you have to show up. You have to show up and also be with the right mindset as well, and to be encouraging, to be motivating to the people that's around you, making sure that you appreciate the team, the work, all of it, even when it's not going well.
And even shout out to the entrepreneur out there who's solo.
Right.
It's lonely sometimes.
It is definitely lonely. It is definitely lonely sometimes, for sure.
For that entrepreneur, he's like, man, I ain't got no team. My team is me and I. What advice of wisdom would you give to that person so they don't be left out?
I've been there. So I know what it is to be a solopreneur, but I think once you put in the time and you show up and you execute, people will come. So it's one of the things, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if you build it, they will come. But you also have to be ready to receive them.
That is key, because
you have to be ready.
But that's another show, but yeah. And
but here's the other thing. This is as we intend, but you also, I feel like you have to be prayerful and be mindful and ask God to make sure, block out the shenanigans and send good people your way, because that's important. You have to ask for those people in prayer. And I think, honestly, if you build it, they'll come. Because I know, for me, even my first year here, like, I didn't know these people from Adam. But I had a lot of support in a lot of the things that I did even in my first year here. Mm-hmm. Up until, like, right now, like, to the point to where I could probably get on the phone and go through in my phone log and probably call and ask for anything if I needed it.
Yeah.
And they'd say yes.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. So over the time, you'll build that level of support, and then it'll come. People will just want to, when they see the effort that you're putting in, that you're showing up, and that you're prepared, they will come and actually ask to help.
People don't buy brands; they buy relationships.
That too.
Because if the brand don't have a connection with that person, it's like, I ain't spend my money there.
Yeah.
Like,
but they more so than that, they buy value. It's the value. When people see your worth and the value that you bring, that's what gets them. That's what you just reel them on in. Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to tug. It's real easy.
Before he even drops in the water, they already biting.
Right. So, like, they just waiting. They ready. Like, honestly, I really do believe that when people really see your worth and they see value in what you're doing, and they see where you could be, there's nothing better than to have people that actually believe in you and believe in what you're doing.
And before all that, you had to believe in you.
Right.
And you got to do what you love.
Right.
Because if you don't love it, you're in the wrong lane, man.
You're in the wrong lane.
You're in the wrong lane. And speaking of lanes, man, it's about that time.
I know, right?
I don't want you to get stuck in traffic for your next gig, because B Michele, Coach B, she's always on the move.
I know, right? This is the last week of class, so the kiddos take their benchmark test, so the program is ending.
Hey,
a little bittersweet.
Chapters ending.
Yeah, chapters ending.
Because you're going to get popular. You're already popular, but I'm just saying. You know. I'm just saying.
Oh, thank you, Shamar.
Shout out to, what's your photographer?
Is the City.
There you go. Is the City. We're going to have to get him on the mic one day.
I know. I told him he need to come and talk about Is the City.
Stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, no, this was good. I'm excited. This is happy.
So, all you guys and ladies out there, I hope you learned a lot today, because you need to get ready and stay ready.
That's right.
And you need to share this podcast with everybody who is not ready, because today is the day you can start.
Yep.
You put today off, it's like, why did you listen to this whole show just not do anything?
Just start.
That's like going to work and I ain't clocking in.
I know, right?
Like, I just feel like driving today.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this show. Give people how they can stay connected with you on social media.
Definitely follow me on, you can go subscribe to my Is the City page, so go to isthecity.com, click on Coach B Michele, hit the subscribe button, as well as you can follow me on Instagram, Coach B Michele, and Facebook, Coach B Michele, and YouTube.
Man, there you go. In 2020, man, we probably going to have some other social media, but
I know, right?
Man, as always, great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Refocus podcast, because it's all about you, the listener. We're catering to you so that you can be inspired, empowered, and go out there in the world and shine, because it's your time, man.
It is.
It's your time.
It is.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
I heard that line in church.
Really?
It's your time.
It's your time. Just start.
We're going to talk about that later. All right. Once again, thank y'all so much for supporting this podcast. Man, we are here at Rockefeller's Barbershop. Shout out to Rico Rodriguez, the owner. Need your haircut? Holla at your boy. And with that, we are going to say goodbye for now. But once again, keep God first, stay focused, and peace.